Hey guys, so today, much to my chagrin, I have had this box of Modern Horizons. This is the bundle. This was delivered a couple days ago, and I have been holding off on opening it so that we can open it here. So, these are these things are like 89 bucks. Thankfully, I had some Target gift cards because my daughter had some, and then I ended up just using my Target card whenever we'd go. So I went ahead and used those for this. I also bought a collector booster bundle, which is basically the same thing but comes with one collector booster. That hasn't shipped yet, so I don't know when they're getting them in. But when we get that, we'll open that too. But I really just wanted this one because it has a Johnny on it, and that's just awesome looking. So what I did here, let me put this here. I already cut open the boosters with some scissors, but I haven't looked through them yet. The bundle also came with this foil power balance, pretty cool looking. And of course, it came with some lands. The full art lands for this set all have like Eldrazi in the background, so they're pretty cool looking. But we'll take a look and see what we get. I'm mostly hoping for that new Johnny card. I know I could have bought it as a single for like 25, 26 bucks. But, since I had Target rewards and Target gift cards, this makes it free to me, right? So let's see, let me make sure that the camera is focusing. There we go. We have a thriving Skyclaw cat dragon. I'm always big on cats. I plan to make hopefully in a Johnny deck, red-white with cats. Utter Insignificance. This one's a pretty nice card, honestly. Flash, and you basically screw up somebody's best creature. Gift of the Viper. Dang, that's really good. I have a counter deck with Skullbriar, because he doesn't lose his counters as he goes to different zones, or the command zone. This is put a 1/1 counter, a reach counter, and a death touch counter, and untap the creature all for 1. That's some broke stuff. That's gonna go in the Skullbriar deck. A Cursed Marauder. Dog Umbra. Cool. That's interesting. Either you can play it on somebody else to make them basically pacify them, or you can put it on your own creature for Umbral Armor. That's kind of a cool twist on it. We have the Seething Landscape. That set has a full thing of 3 mana cycling lands. Oh, here's another one, Contaminated Landscape. I'm hoping for the Jeskai one for my cycling deck, but I haven't gotten it. Lion Umbra. If you've never played with Umbral Armor, it's very good. Basically, if the enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead you remove all damage and destroy this aura. So it's basically a, death protection while you have that Umbra on. Hope Enter Coital. This is a neat one. I didn't know they had sagas in here. The Creation of Avison. Search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. Turn the exiled card face up. If it's a creature, you lose life equal to its mana value. You may put the exile card onto the battlefield if it's a creature. If you don't put it on the battlefield, put it into owner's hand. So it's a 3 mana search spell. If you do search for a creature, it's going to hurt you, but otherwise it's just it does take 3 turns to get it into your hand, but Fel the Profane. These land/ Zendikar ones all enter tapped. These you can pay 3 life to have them under untapped, which is a really nice choice, you know, rather than just getting screwed over, kind of. Reform. It's a really interesting. So when he dies, create a 3/3 blue fish. When the fish dies, create a 6/6 blue whale. And when the whale dies, create a 9/9 blue kraken. That's really interesting. And Harbinger of the Seas. I put this into my all blue Teferi deck because it's basically just all islands. So she makes non-basic lands into islands. So maybe screwing up your opponent's mana base. And the Cranial Ram, which is basically it looks so much like a xenomorph, it's crazy. Oh, and the cat token, adorable. That's a new cat token, I've never seen that one. Energy on the backside here. This is a very heavy energy set, if you haven't opened any or taken a look. But yeah, lots and lots of energy. I'll put the tokens separate. Okay, pack number 2. Let's see, we have Wing It. Flying Counter. Skullbriar is green and black, so if we get any more of these instants that put a whole bunch of counters on, that would be really great. Infernal Captor. Oh, Faithful Watchdog. That's a cute one. I have a cat and dog deck, but I don't think it's white-green. Ooh, Nyxborn Hydra. This is very good for enchantment decks. I put it in my enchantment deck. So you can bestow it for X and 2 green, or just pay X and a green, and they enter with that many 1/1 counters. He also has Reach and Trample, so you're not really losing anything for the. You know, a lot of these creatures are just really big, but they don't have Trample or anything. But this one has Reach and Trample, and if you do bestow it, then the creature gets the +1/+1 counters and Reach and Trample. So it's a really good bestow enchantment, especially since the cost honestly is not that different. You're just paying 1 extra green, so I really like this one. Scurrilous Sentry. Human Knight Rogue, that's interesting. We got our Xenomorph again. Royal Cartographer. Landfall, you get an energy, and if you pay 6, you draw 3 cards. Not bad at all. Emissary of Soulfire. It's weird to see energy after so long, you know. Charitable Levy. Oh, hey, this might go in my creature-only white deck. 2 drop for an enchantment. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. My white creature deck is all like Thalia and stuff to make creatures, or non-creature spells cost a lot more. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, put a collection counter on Charitable Levy. Then if there are 3 or more collection counters, sack it. If you do, draw a card. Then you may search your library for planes, put it on the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. That's honestly really, really pretty good. That'll probably go in that deck. Suppression Ray. Tap all creatures target player controls. You may pay X and 1 energy. Then choose up to X creatures tap this way. Put a stun counter on each of them. That's pretty good. And it's a 2 mana land on the other side. It does enter tapped, but for a 2 mana land, that's great. Ooh, a Ruby Medallion. I think this is my 2nd Ruby Medallion. Just ever, not in the set. interesting art. 7/5 for 3. It has vanishing, but whenever a player casts their second spell, proliferate, so keep them in play. Expanding ooze. The neat foil. It's hard to tell what's going on there, I'll tell you the truth. It's like the blob. And a foil islands. What's this? Oh, hey. A art card. Satya Etherflux Genius, apparently. That looks like the alternate, like, heroic art that they have. You know, like they had with, what set was that, where they started doing those, like, profile artwork. I know I got a Kemba like that. It was really cool looking. So you expel the unworthy. I like that art. It's very different. Another thriving Skyclaw. Utter insignificance again. Oh, there's another gift to the Viper. This is just a stupid good spell. I'll be honest. Dross Claw. Seething Landscape. Still no Jeskai Landscape. The Alien Head for the third time. Looks like we're gonna get a Cranial Ram in every single pack. Reckless Pyro Surfer. She's literally surfing. Another Lion Umbra. Again, very, very good cards, the Umbras. Hope Endercoidal. Essence Reliquary. Return another target permanent you control and all auras you control attached to it to their owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. Huh. I mean, that's not bad for protection. Especially since you get all the auras back too. Another Reform. Oh. Flare of Denial. You may sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than pay the mana cost. Counter target spell. Very good. I might have to go in my Teferi deck. Titan's Vanguard foil. Ooh, and a cool looking, another alien looking thing. Let's see, this is a Colossal Dread Mask. Again, very aliens looking. I gotta, one thing I'll point out, because my Teferi deck, it's all blue, like I said. I put the Harbinger of the Seas in there, and then I also, I got a couple packs from the Professor's Whatnot stream that showed up not too long ago, and one of them I got a Cyclonic Rift in, which was awesome. So I went ahead and put that in. Can't remember if I put it in the Teferi deck or in my Joyra deck. Let's see, Inventor's Axe. Like I said, lots of energy going on here. Tempest Harvester. This almost feels like more energy than Kaladesh. Here's the Colossal Dread Mask. Damn. 6 drop. Equipped creature gets +6/+6 and has Trample. And it's living weapon, so initially it comes out as a 6/6 creature. And then you can equip it for 5. That's a huge piece of equipment. Retrofitted Transmigrant. Mandibler Kite. Living weapon, +1/+1 has flying. The equip price is pretty hefty. Sarpadian Simulacrum, so Artifact Goblin. Oh, here we go. Here's my cycling land that I needed. Perilous Landscape. So this will go into my cycling deck. I played my cycling deck this past week. It was the whole point of my cycling deck is to cycle through basically the entire deck almost, and then play the Harbinger of the Lost, which is I believe a 4/4 flyer, and when he comes out, everything in your graveyard that's a permanent that has a cycling cost comes out onto the battlefield. And then I also have some cards in there, you know, that cycle of cards where they had, you know, if this is in your graveyard and you control a mountains or island or whatever, you would have a certain ability. So I have, it's red, white, blue. I have the card that gives everybody haste. I have the card that gives everybody flying. And now those two cards do not have cycling, so, you know, by the time I cycle through enough of my deck that I play Harbinger of the Lost, I have a huge amount of creatures hit the battlefield, and they all have flying and haste because of those cards, hopefully in the graveyard. Now, I was doing fine. The deck has Nest Tender as the commander, so I'm making little cat dinosaurs the entire time, just for blocking, and I was doing fine, but one of my opponents was playing a deck where we were milling, which was fine for me, but then he had me mill the Harbinger of the Lost, and that's basically my win con. That's the entire deck. So at that point I was out. Clearing Flesh Raker. Proud Peck Rhino. He's kind of cute. Skittering Precursor. Looks like we have something juicy right there. See the red? That looks like one of those. Sorry. Oh, hey, Meteoric Maurice. That's an oldie but a goodie. That's Cascade. Okay, let's see what this card is. Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. Oh, hey, another Flare of Denial. That's cool. Okay, so we got a couple really good counter spells. Okay, let's see what the spicy one is. Ooh. Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor. And foil too. Damn. Lifelink enchantment spells you cast have affinity for auras. Oh my god. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. Oh my lord. Sweet Jesus. God, that's really good. I'm not sure if I should put this into my lifelink deck, which is heavily aura inspired, or if I should put it into my Palin deck. Palin's more equipment. Jesus, this is great. I hope I get another of these. Let's see, we have an island and one of those blank counters. Man, that was oof. Jeez. Foil, and it's a really good card. Or heck, you just build a deck around that guy. Wow. Because, I mean, white is so aura rich, you know. I'll have to look at my lifelink deck. It's got the Moon Dancer from Forgotten Realms. I forget her name, but she's got lifelink, and I think whenever you gain life, you draw a card, something like that. I forget exactly what she does, but she's cheap and she's good. Ether Spike. That's actually one of my better decks. That one wins almost every time. Nightshade Dryad. Refurbished Familiar. Zombie Rat. Pretty cute. Rose Scott Knight. Void Pouncer. Again, this feels like, I don't know, doesn't this feel like old Magic art where they had different styles and stuff? Snapping Void Craw. Oh, that's pretty good. It's a soul ring, basically. In blue and green. Drown Yard Lurker. That's an oldie but a goodie. Different artwork on there, though. Muster the Departed. Oh, that's pretty good for a spirit deck. Ghost Fire Slice. Kind of like this version of Ghost Flame. The Hunger Tide Rises. Let's read this one. Steps 1, 2, 3 are create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token. Step 4, sacrifice any number of creatures. Search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with mana value less than or equal to the number of creatures sacked this way, and put it onto the battlefield. Yeah, that's not bad, but Meltdown. This is good anti-artifact destruction. Oh, the Necrobloom. Legendary plant. Let's see what he does. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/1 green plant creature token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. And land cards in your graveyard have Dredge 2. So you may return a land card from your graveyard to your hand and mill 2 cards instead of drawing a card. That's interesting. That seems like it would be good, but it's too complicated for my brain right now. Ooh, Necro Dominance. Awesome. Mythic. Is that foil? No, it's just regular. So, let's see. 3 drop. Skip your draw step. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay any amount of life. If you do draw that many cards, your max hand size is 5. If a card or token we would put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Great card draw in black. Ooh, and a foil legendary Skoa Ember Mage. When he enters, he deals 4 damage to any target. He's got Grandeur. No one uses Grandeur. Grandure's great for limited, but Grandure's, if you discard another copy of this card and sack 2 mountains, it deals 4 damage to any target. Sacking 2 mountains seems a little much. He's a 4/4 for 6. That seems expensive. Honestly, that kind of sucks. But he has a common. It just happens to be a foil. Oh, look, the doggy. That is Philia Exuberant Shepherd. Doesn't look like a shepherd, honestly, doesn't it? It just looks like a corgi. I love corgis because they're short and they have the big ears and they got little butch. Okay, we got 4 packs left. I'll mention this past week in my Commander game, I did not do very well. I played that cycling deck that they milled my WinCon. And then, what was the other deck I played? Oh yeah, I played Hezret and Desharu. I think it's their name from Might of the Machine, or March of the Machine. Basically, when they attack, you can put you search the top 6 cards of your library, and you can play a legendary creature. So it's just packed with legendary creatures. Another Nyxborn Hydra. This is a very good comment. But basically what happened is they're a 5/5, which, I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. But by the time I had them out, all my opponents had 5/5s on the board. So I was not able to just attack and, I wasn't allowed to attack willy-nilly and get those other creatures out. So it really just kind of flummoxed. Inspired Inventor. Sheltering Landscape. basically it's a cycling for 3 if you have all the manas that you need, or it's an Involving Wilds for one of those colors. Shattered Landscape. Depth Defiler. Thinking about making a colorless Eldrazi deck. The only issue with that is, I mean, I don't know officially for Commander. I'll have to look up the rules as far as Devoid, because it says this card has no color, but then they have colored mana symbols. I can do a colorless mana base. I can do a colorless mana base actually pretty easy. I built colorless decks. The one I built didn't do great, so I took it apart. So I can do a colorless mana base. It's just I'm not sure what else would go in there. Estrid's Invocation. Weird. But the reason I'm thinking about that is the first pack of this I opened that I just bought loose. I got the new Ulamog, which is just, he's just gross. I mean, I'll tell you, he's just gross. Warped Tusker. And a Plains. Nice looking art style. Oh, and a Gremlin. He's cute. He's eating the Kaladesh machinery. But yeah, Ulamog's like as far as like the non-special cards, the special treatments and stuff, he's basically the highest priced card in this set. I think he's either a 9 or an 11 drop, but he's just gross out. I'll grab him really quick before we're done. Corrupted Shapeshifter. This is a freaky looking thing. Another Expanding Ooze. Fetid Gargantua. Creepy looking. It's got little people coming out of him. Hexgold Slith. That's a creature type you almost never see. Fanged Flames. Cyclops Superconductor. Deceptive Landscape. I haven't gotten that one before. It's just an oasis. Oh, Etched Slith of Phyrexian Slith. That's interesting. Signature Slam. That's awesome. The monkey's doing a elbow drop to this dinosaur. They have a card like this in Unstable, I think, where it's a wrestling luchador praying mantis. I forget what the name of it is, but it's kind of the same thing. He's in a ring and he's doing this move to somebody. Copy Crook. Oh, hey, that's kind of cool looking. Legion Leadership. Until end of turn, double target creature's power, and it gains first strike. That's pretty good. I might have to put that in my feather deck because it's the right colors. And on the other side, it's a red-white intercept. That's very good. Buried Alive. If you're going to be working out of your graveyard. Actually, I know one of our friends plays that bug commander where it gets all the stuff out of the hey, look, Painlands. Bloodstained Mire. That's cool looking artwork too. anyways, it's that bug from, he was a commander, pre-con, where he gets the keywords out of the graveyard. That would actually be a really good card for him if he could pick 3 cards and put them in the graveyard. Because it's all about putting, creatures with good keywords into the graveyard and then playing your commander. Galvanic Discharge. Petrifying Meddler. Foul Strike. The bird's eyeballs are bugging out. Breathe your last. Another Wing It. Obviously from this entire art style, and the background is all Ikoria. Foreboding Landscape. I don't know how many of these there are, but it feels like we've gotten all of them now. Writhing Chrysalis. Ooh, that's a cool one. Volstorm Angel. So 5-drop for 4/4 flying, very much like Sarah Angel. When she enters, you get 3 energy. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, choose 1. She gains vigilance and lifelink. Or other creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. That's pretty cool if you had more energy outlets. Otherwise, she's only going to do it once. Ooh, a snow-covered wastes. Again, obviously, the colorless mana base. A Bogart Trawler. Kind of cute. Nesting Grounds. We have something shiny in the back here. Oh, Windswept Heath. There we go. I remember when I first got these, my playgroup thought they were stupid. Because pay 1 life, search your library for Forge of Plains, put on the battlefield. It's mana fixing, and it comes out untapped, so don't sleep on those. Oh, we've got a Drown Yard Lurker in foil. Ooh, see, here's the full art lands. This is a foil forest, and you can see the Eldrazi in the background. All of the full art lands for this set have Eldrazi in the background. We have a art card, very colorful, for Territory Color. He's eating up all the scenery. Okay, last pack. Let's see if we luck out and get the Johnny I'm hoping for out of here. If not, we'll have to wait for that collector bundle to show up. We got a Molten Gatekeeper. That's new. Tune the Narrative. Evolution Witness. Elf Shaman Mutant. Wither and Bloom. Solstice Zealot. Oh, that's cool. I've always liked the rhinos. There just aren't enough of them, I feel, to make a full, rhino, tribal deck. Siege Smash. Oh, that might have to go into the feather deck too. Split Second. Target creature at +3/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. That would be a good feather card. Obstinate Gargoyle. Twisted Landscape. Brain Surge. let's see what else we got. We got White of the Reliquary is our foil. And we got a signed version of the Jet Medallion artwork. That's cool looking. But okay, so a Johnny here. I'm so amazed that we got this. So Johnny Nakatl Pariah, legendary creature cat warrior. When he enters, create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. Whenever one or more other cats you control dies, you may exile a Johnny, then return him to the battlefield transformed. And then, oh dude, that's freaking awesome. Look at that artwork, oh my god. So he becomes a Planeswalker, a Johnny Nakatl Avenger. His +2 is put a 1/1 counter on each cat you control, which is why I'm making a freaking cat deck. His 0 is to create a 2/1 white creature, or a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. If you control a red permanent other than a Johnny, he deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to any target. So, I mean, that's great, honestly, for a 0. Make a creature and then also gotta do a fireball or something to an opponent or a creature. And then -4 if you want to do it literally next turn almost. Each opponent chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control, then sacks the rest. And this is freaking awesome. I'm so, dude, I can't tell you how excited I am to have pulled that, and it's not even just the regular one, it's the full art, alternate art. Dude, that's so, he looks so freaking awesome on the back here. And it's a 2-drop. I mean, literally, he could go off on turn. He could go off on the turn that he freaking comes out. And he comes out and he makes a cat. If I already had a cat for 1 on turn 1, freaking get him killed. And then boom, you got a planeswalker on freaking turn 2. And then since you can use his planewalking ability the minute he comes out, right? Is that right? Yeah. You could immediately put a 1/1 counter on the cat that you just, that he made when he came out. Dude, I'm floored, guys. I did not expect to. I figured we had not pulled him when I got to the last pack. I think that was when I cut them open. I think that was the first pack because I cut them open. I just put them face, I would cut them open, the tops, and then I put them down. So he was in my first pack if I had opened that right. So cool. If you can't tell, I'm a huge Johnny fan. He's my favorite planeswalker. I just like the aesthetic of a cat human with a big freaking axe. Anyways, that is it for today, guys. When I get the collector bundle, we'll go ahead and open that too, and we'll take a look and see what we get. Okay, you guys have a good one.